Pisces, hello and welcome to my channel, and this is your December reading. I'm going to be using two cards during this session, and the decks that, well, not two cards, two decks. The decks that I'm going to be using is this one, which is a gorgeous tarot deck. It actually, any level can use this, I think. It's a great one. It's very, the Radiant Rider-Waite deck can be quite rigid at times, but this brings a lot of flow into it. Anyway, the Radiant Tarot, Pathway to Creativity, Alexandra Eldridge and Tony Barnstone. Okay. And then I'm going to be using this one as well. The Archangel Metatron Self Mastery Deck by Amanda Ellis and Jane Delaford Taylor. So let's get to it, Pisces. See what wants to come through for today. Pisces, 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 December 2024 for those watching. Six of Cups. Mirror work. Flower within the mirror, surrounded by six cups, the Fool, leap of faith. There's something here that needs to be looked at, possibly something within you, something being reflected back at you. If you think about that mirror and the flower inside of it, I'm getting the feeling with this that there's something here of, I don't want to look too deep because I'm scared what I'll see. I'm scared what I'll find. I don't want to see too much of my shadow because I don't want to feel like a bad person. And actually that's not what shadow work is about. It's about, this has been a period of loss, of uncertainty, of having to work through certain things, so that you can look yourself in the eye, so that you can look in the mirror and love what you see. And then you can take the leap of faith with the Fool at the bottom of this deck. Okay. The Emperor is getting ready to sit on his throne. It's his orb and spectre that they call that. You see that at the bottom. There's a vibe with this card of, I need to sit on that throne. It's not about being a role, by the way. It's about you sitting on your life throne. Have you got your tools? It reminds me of the Magician card, this. But it's a bit deeper than the Magician card because he's got his tools and he knows he's got his tools and he's using them. But this is a bit of a hesitancy. There's a hesitancy here to level up. There's somebody here that is having to go through many different things in their life for them to finally see, get, understand, and acknowledge the self-worth. You need to acknowledge your self-worth. If you don't acknowledge your self-worth, you will continue in the old cycles. In order to break free of these old cycles, you have to see your self-worth. Some of you are looking around looking for the answers. Why is this? Why is this happening? Why am I experiencing this? It's your self-worth. If you loved yourself and looked in the mirror and said, I love what I see, whatever you see reflected back to you, that's when you change the game. It's when we look in the mirror and we're like, I can't stand how your hair is. I can't stand what your makeup's like. You're too fat. You're too thin. Can't stand the colour of my skin. Can't stand my sexuality. All of the stuff. You can't stand my past. It's just too much. It's when you look in the mirror and you see it all and you're like, I love you. That's when you break those chains. It's almost like my guides are showing me someone snapping chains. That's when you break the chains. Should we call this reading that? Breaking the chains. I'm writing it down. See if I don't, I'll forget. Breaking the chains. So you can take on your emperor. You can take on your role as the emperor. And this is possibly a big life thing that you've come. It's possibly one of your main soul contracts. We've got the Seven of Swords. Any deceit, trauma, pain that you've found yourself in, experienced in your life, it had to be that way. But there's also something here about really releasing yourself from it. A decision needs to be made going forward. A decision needs to be made going forward. And I wonder if there's a bit of needing to hit rock bottom before we think, you know what, I actually can't sink any lower. So maybe there's something here about rock bottom being the place in which you build your foundations from going forward. And yeah, Queen of Swords. I know this isn't, the end of year tab, but it kind of is. December is the end of year. Am I going to do end of year summing up for tarot scopes? No, no, I'm not. But I'm going to be doing Christmas tarot scopes, New Year tarot scopes, and January tarot scopes. But this just feels like this whole year you've been through has been about coming into your Queen of Swords energy, cutting ties. It's really easy when we talk about Queen of Swords. She comes in to cut the cords and the ties to things and people that no longer serve us. We always think of something external, but what if the things that she really needs to be cutting is inside? Everything that we do to ourselves with inside. I mean, this is the second tarot scope that I filmed today, and it's all been about inside. In fact, I did I filmed the 12th of November video this morning as well, and that was about inside as well. All this stuff inside. All the swords, all the swords. I'm seeing somebody swallowing swords. Now, swords, swords can be words, thoughts, mental health. Swords can be sent to us via others, and we can swallow it. It's like saying, no, I don't know. I'll never be able to do that. I'll never be able to be slim. I'll never be able to wear that dress. I'll never be able to go on a holiday like that. Yeah. You're swallowing those swords that have been stuck in you, either via programming or whatever. Stop it. Temperance, needing to balance. There's some of you as well at this time. There's a lot of health things coming up, and that's triggering some of you. I don't feel this is for all of you. This is some of you. Three of you specific. I'm seeing three, so it could be, I don't know, three things medically. I don't know, but there's something about three as well. Um, this is really triggering because what's coming up requires change. And there's a little bit of, I can almost feel it in myself of that coffee and cake I have at 11 gets me through the day. That takeaway I get on a Friday is what keeps me going. Those drinks with the girls once a month, if without that, I'm nothing. And I want you to sit without feeling. I want you to sit, as I'm sat here with you holding some space, I want you to sit into that. I want you to sit into that feeling of that chocolate, that cake, the alcohol, drugs, whatever it is, drama, um, gaming, whatever it is. But this feels like it's going to be diet, something that we're ingesting. I want you to sit with it and ask yourself why you feel like that. And it's happening to a lot of us in various different ways. I know I could just do with a bit of chocolate. And I am not the type of person that says you should give up this, you should give up that, you should not have this. I don't believe in that culture. I do not run a cult on this channel. What I believe in, because I have come from erratic imbalance with diet, honestly. Comfort eating has Claire Thackeray written above it. I invent it has been a battle all of my life and possibly will be something that I have to sit with forever. Possibly, I don't know. So I know what it feels like to crave that glass of wine, that chocolate, that takeaway, that don't to feel life or death, to feel the grasp of that, the need of that sweetness of life, the silkiness of the chocolate, the sugar, the feel of the sugar from a donut, the gooiness of the donut, the jam on your tongue, all of it. Do you know what I mean? This is about a really rebalancing. You underestimate yourself because actually you can succeed at this and you can grow from this. you can face this. And what I would say to you is, if you need that chocolate cake and coffee at 11 or 3 o'clock every day, start off where you have it every 2 days for the first week. Then the second week you start off and you have it every 3 days, every 4 days, every 5 days, every 6 days. And then you have it once a week. Once a week, you think, right, I'm going to have that. That's going to be my treat. And then you go once every 2 weeks, once every 3 weeks, once every 4 weeks, and keep it as a treat like that. And then you actually go out, you do a lot of shopping, a lot of walking, or whatever, you go out for a nice day out. It's not every day. It's not, I cannot function without this. It's, you know what? Let's have some cake and a coffee. You see what I mean? And it's the same with all of it. Ace of Swords, and that is your truth. I love the Christmas colours of the crown. What is my truth coming through this situation? How can I learn from this? I'm making sense of my burdens because I don't want to carry them anymore. That reminds me of when you're moving house or you're clearing out and you clear things into bags and laundry baskets like that, and you take that to the charity shop, take that to the tip, give that to family or whatever, or give that to a neighbour. There's a real energy here of this is December, Christmas trees coming out if you put a Christmas tree up, but the real deep cleaning, a deep physical cleaning, spiritual cleaning, and physical clean and house cleaning. We then get the Five of Cups because there's a need to make sense of things and to start planning for the future. I feel with the health, and I hate diets. I hate that word. It's stupid. Diets are ridiculous. Never go on a diet. You go on a diet, you're doomed, honestly. I know words are spells, but there you go. Yeah, there you go. That's my truth. It's about balance. It's about the temperance card. Whenever I'm watching what I eat, I always get shown the temperance card. Not that that's the Queen of Swords, isn't it? Ooh, cutting things out. It's the temperance card. Okay, it's the balance card. It's not counting calories. It's not that. It's a lifestyle change. It's something where, because the minute you tell your body you can't have something, it craves it so much. So it's nuts. My happy ever after, my well-being, my Nine of Cups moment. That's how you can get happy. At the minute, all those things that are external to you that you think's making you happy is actually making you unhappy. And that's how we can close down a cycle and free yourselves. There is a lot of cups here. So emotional pain, trauma, discombobulation, heart stuff, heartbreak, a lot of it now needing to be released in December. Yeah, because it's illusionary. There's still aspects of you living in those old stories. And this may think like, God, this is too much. And when we're going through feelings and we're cleansing feelings and releasing them, you know how we do that? You've got to feel them. Which is why sometimes when you go for a healing session and you feel great afterwards, woo, buzzy, and then all of a sudden you get an anxiety feeling. It's like, or a jittery feeling or an overwhelm. That's that trauma coming up. If you think about it, if you're going through a divorce, everything you feel goes through your filter. You're feeling it, feeling it, feeling it. When we bring it out, you're going to feel some aspect of it. It may not be as horrific as it was. It can be for some people, but you're going to feel it. And that can be really overwhelming. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't do it. So many people will go for therapy and stop. So many people will start the healing journey and stop. I can't do it. I can't do it. And sometimes it's temporary and sometimes I just can't because they get overwhelmed with this. They get overwhelmed with it. I'm seeing for some of you as well, there's like a mother, grandmother type figure around you, and she's gently stroking your hand because for one of you, few of you, whatever, there's some mother wound or grandmother, there's some divine feminine wounding within the family, and that could be down to comfort eating. Maybe it's habits that you learnt from the past, from ancestors and stuff. Page of Cups. Yeah, connections. There's heart stuff. There's heart. Maybe you had someone that broke your heart and you started to comfort it. I'm also being shown someone that started to put pregnancy weight on and was neglected by her partner afterwards, and that has run deep. It's almost like I can feel it in my own gut. Um, Yes, Page of Swords. It had the ability to break you, but also to make you. And I'm seeing that there's two ways out of that. You either take on that, yeah, he was right, I did get fat, and I am this, and I am that, and I'll never meet anyone. Anyone I do meet won't love me anyway, and or you can think, do you know what? I did neglect myself a little bit, and I neglected myself by actually listening to what you said. But actually, you're one of my greatest teachers because you had to wake me up to the fact that I was neglecting myself. And that can be huge. And that is something that we all have to work through on this. It can be a parent, it can be a boss that makes a comment of your weight, it can be school ground bullies. And that believe me when I say I've experienced this with people. And when that soul contract comes in, that person that's delivering it is trying on some level to show us something. Now, I'm not saying that if your husband continuously says you're fat, you've got to stay with him. No, I'm not saying that. You have to make a decision about that. That is not healthy. But they are trying to awaken you up to this behavior, this chink in your armor that is causing this behavior. Knight of Pentacles, so you can do something about it. Would you want to be around feeders that go, eat what you want, eat what you want, eat what you want? I've been around people like that. You're not fat, you're just big boned. Do you know what I mean? Um, But neither do you want someone that's going to continuously put you down. It's about hearing what they say in that moment and making a change. Not, I've got to be slim to keep him. It's not that neither. It's something much more higher than that. The Two of Wands, it's about the world in your hands as well. A choice going forward. Breaking the chains. King of Swords. Yeah, I can change. Breaking the chains and making a change. I can do this. I've got this. I've got wisdom on my side. Surrounding yourself with a good sisterhood, not a sister, not I don't want to say sisterhood, not a group of females that do diet shame or body shame, but neither do you want to surround yourself with a group of females that are all comfort eating and drinking to excess, vaping to excess. You actually need the midway. You need to be around women that have possibly been there, done that, got the picture, or that live in the real world that they're not going to shame you. So looking at your sisterhood around you, any partners that you go with, making sure that what they do say is coming from a loving space. Because we should be able to say to someone, actually, I'm worried about you. I love you enough to say you are, maybe we could do this together. Because we can all comfort eat sometimes. We can all overdrink or overindulge. And there's a difference between a part saying you're fat, and that's why I've had that affair. Or making really snidey comments to someone saying, look, I really love you and I'm worried about you. Let's do this together. Is there something I can show you? Can I help in any way? Um, that's what you don't want. You don't want to surround yourself with yes people, people that encourage you to destroy yourself. Neither do you want to be with the destroyers. Yeah. Wowzers. December's going to be huge. I think that's going to be on my gravestone. December's going to be huge. November's going to be huge because I think we're saying it a lot recently, and I think it is. Like today, I'm filming this on the 11/11 portal. Huge. In a child. So for some of you, that person that knocked your weight could be a sibling, a parent, in a child healing. And asking Archangel Metatron to come in and help you with that. Orange, connection and attunement, my connection to source. So when something does come in, we're able to filter it correctly. And that's hugely important for humanity at this time because so many things we hear and we take it personal. And sometimes it can be a downright personal attack, but we take it personal. We keep taking it personal. And we go, yeah, I'm fat. Yeah, I'm hopeless. I am this. I am that. No, it's about connecting higher with this. Right. Okay. Is there a truth in this? They may have not come about nicely, but actually, is that why it hurts so much? Um, that's the truth, isn't it? Metatron, Rainbow Bridge, always open. So connection to spirit, expansion in your life at this time, creation. As above, so below. Conquering fear, start today. So self-care starts today. Balance starts today. If there's an aspect here of you that's been unloved or felt unloved as a child, because don't forget, sometimes parents think love is different. They may think love is making sure you've got heating, electricity, food, and a roof over your head. They may not think about bedtime stories and kisses and cuddles. They may not even come into their consciousness about that. And yet that to you is love. And it could be vice versa. You could have a parent that's really tactile and fun, but you got kicked out of your house. You didn't have much on the table because they were so busy doing other. You know what I mean? So our view of love can be very different to another person's view of love, and nothing more so than parents. Which is why I think a lot of parents get really when you bring it up to. I know there's a big thing about narcissism at the minute, but that narcissism soul contract is a very deep one. Cup of replenishment. Instead of going for the indulgence, what about going and this isn't about replacing one addiction with another, but it's about loving yourself, making sure you're fulfilled, that you're not running on empty, that you are eating wholesome food, that you are doing nice stews and soups and casseroles and salads and that you're nourished, that you're retraining. There's something here as well about needing to retrain the body of how it gets nourishment because the body has been used to sugar or fat. Do you know what I mean? Grease. But then it's got used to getting its kicks from that. It needs to get its kicks from something else now. Exercise, movement, fresh air, prayer. Beacon, shine on, stand tall. You've taken a lot already in your life and you're still here, so you can get through this. And the final card is New Dawn, welcome back. New Dawn, welcome back. So, Pisces, there is a lot there, a lot of emotional stuff coming up, a lot of painful stuff coming up, but it's coming up to be conquered, made peace with, released. Um, Before I go, remember the next group healing is the 17th and 18th of December. It is an end of year deep heal and deep cleanse to get ready for those new energies of the new year. Because often we think about December as Christmas, and Christmas is a great time of year. But we can also lose the deep reflection at the end of the year of what have I learned? What have I gone through this year? How can I cleanse myself of it? How can I go forward? And the 17th and the 18th is just before the solstice on the 20th, 21st, when all that new energy starts to come in. So I love to plan my group healings around, I mean, sometimes it happens organically and sometimes I'm actually planning it where it is around around a portal so that we are in a clean state of energy so that new energy can come in. So it's going to be a great one for getting ourselves tippity top so we're a clean vessel for that new upgrade to come in with the solstice. Um, and for more information on that, it is a distance channeled healing for 2 days, £22. Go to the description box beneath this video and the pinned. Do I do pinned comments on these videos? I don't do pinned comments on these videos. So it's the description box. Okay, just scroll down the description box and it will say, where you go to where the title is, you press there. Scroll down a little bit, I'll say next grouping and the dates. For more information, watch this video. Please do watch that video if you've not done these healings before. And it'll say to take part, please click on that link. And that's the link that you go through to. If you somehow go a bit lower to the actual website home, it's fine. Go home, services, group healing. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.